Man, I have Brian McKeon with me this morning. This is what now? The third or fourth time I think that you've been with me, bud.
Starting to lose count here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, it's great to see you, brother. How the heck are you?
Great to see you, JD. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. We have a lot to talk about. Let's dive right in head first, all right?
Yeah.
Epstein files. What do you say?
I don't keep up with the news too well.
Dude, I just had to throw that at you this morning to make sure that Tom Murphy, if he's watching this morning, that we made the hair stand up on his back.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a kick out of that one if he's listening right now.
Yeah. By the way, we have to say happy birthday to Tom Murphy.
Yeah, happy birthday there.
I'm going with 60. I'm going to go like early 60s, 60, 62, 63 for Tom. What say you?
Well, he
Just
tells
be
me
honest,
he
man.
tells me he's aging backwards. He's getting younger, so it's probably going even if he is in the 60s, he's probably going down. He's probably going back to his.
You know, I just chatted with him, and he admitted to me that he uses muscle implants.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that makes a lot of sense. It's like you don't really see him without his free hug shirts every single time.
Always a T-shirt.
Always the T-shirt.
To show them off.
Show 'em
those
off.
those implants. Spent a lot of money on those implants. We also have Erica Esteville today, Marcy Hawkins, Tila Utton, Tabitha Lord, Diane Williams, Josh Smart, Kevin Neal, Michael Cota, Gloria Brooks on the birthday list today, Nicholas Peak, and Todd Mansfield. So where do we begin, man? This is like, I just had Rick on last Wednesday, which is always incredible.
Yeah.
Rick Yarish, he read his book, Bridge Named Amos.
Bridge Named Amos.
Yeah, it was really amazing.
Yeah. I helped a little bit with that project, putting the pictures and stuff together. Like the artist, Kevin Cannon just did an amazing job.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, dude. And that was actually one of my favorite projects to work on. Just seeing that thing come together and getting it out to everybody has just been awesome.
And now he's given people free downloads of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got the free downloads going right now. Get on Facebook, get your free download. You get to watch the audio version as well, read by Rick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get on that.
He is so all of you guys are so inspiring. Many of you just look at what so many of us do in our culture and in our society, negative stuff, and you guys face it head on, and you're like, yep, aware of it. We're going to talk about it real transparently, and it's from just general negativity, bullying, what have you, depression, mental wellness. You guys really take it on, man. Everything.
Yeah, well, we like to, we do deal with all that stuff, but we like to come from it from a strength-based approach.
Yeah.
It's like those things are there, they're real. We have to be aware of them. We have to work on them. But how do we do that? And you can live in the deficit, and you can say, you can point at the problems all the time and stuff. But how do we start fixing these things?
Yeah.
And that's where we come in. We focus on taking the strengths of your community and trying to help everyone leverage those by just building community, understanding each other.
Right.
And it's the challenging stuff that you go through that becomes your strength for other people.
Yeah. I went back and rewatched one of the last podcasts the last podcast that you and I did together. And one of the conclusions that I got from it, one of the things that I was thinking when I was listening to it is what you're talking about right now, I think begins by yourself. It begins with you being alone with yourself. whether it's you're in the car for a couple of hours or whatever, we all love to be listening to whatever we want to listen to, whether it's satellite radio or whether it's music or whether we're on the phone, we're constantly chatting with people and engaging, but to disengage from all of that and just be alone and quiet. Shut everything off for a little while, and just be curious where your mind tends to wander.
Yeah, man. I mean, you are your true self when you're alone.
Yeah,
like who you really are when you're alone. And you know what? I think you have a really good point there. It's like we are constantly sucked into all of these things. Yeah, it's like this constant noise, and we don't take that time to sit down, be alone with ourselves, and
sure,
and it's hard, dude.
Yeah,
like
man.
I mean, I struggle with it. Like I try to you just get on the couch at night and watch your TV. It's like,
sure,
should you maybe take an hour and just sit?
Can you imagine?
Think?
So many of us get bored with it. I mean, honestly, part of what happened was I was listening to our podcast and while I was driving, and lost signal, and frustrated me, and couldn't get it back. So I'm like, all right, it's gone. So what's my next option? I'll head over to satellite radio or whatever. And I was quiet. But something, I can't remember what it was, but it was something that you said on the air, and it cut out right then. And that's when I lost the signal, and it kind of hung out and resonated a little bit with me. Couldn't get the signal back. So then I just started thinking. And I had that silence, which is really a gift, man. It's a gift.
It really is, dude. Like, I just really think that a lot of the things that, we do and consume today are just, this just is all very new to, the human species.
Yeah.
Like, we just...
Too much.
Yeah. It's just like, whatever you believe, it's like...
Yeah.
Just 100 years ago, it was entirely different.
Right.
Like, and I don't think our brains have been able to understand what we've been going through with ourselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you need those quiet moments to probably evaluate where you are.
We got 1,000,001 neurons that are all firing and wiring in our brains, but to disconnect some of them and have some quiet, some silence for a little while. If we can begin with that, I think that'll kind of maybe help set the stage for not only having a different perspective throughout the day, but maybe reflecting on yourself and how the difference between responding and reacting to not only your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your kid, but also how you respond and react on social media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Social media is
a
big one, Like, I think we were talking earlier, like, there's a statistic, I'm not sure what it is, but it's like 80-90% something. People will say and do things online that they would never do in person. And what does that do to your
say things
neurological structure?
I know.
In the real world,
I know.
So I totally agree. And you know what? I don't go to the I'm not a presenter or a speaker or anything, but next week, when you get your guest on, you should definitely check in on how this whole cell phone thing is going in schools, because I'm very interested to hear about that.
Please do tell about the next guest.
Yeah, Pat
next
Fish.
Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, he's a beast.
Bro, have you seen him in his pink suit?
His pink suit?
Have you seen the pink suit?
I don't know if I've seen the pink suit.
God, it looks amazing.
Yeah, Betty looks dapper. Yeah.
And he just got married.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So how can you kind of wet the whistle here? How are things going with the no cell phone in school?
I don't know. That's what I'm very curious. I mean, from what I've heard, and I only hear it secondhand from Tom and Pat or Joe. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'm curious to hear. I haven't really had those conversations too much this year with them, but I'd be very fascinated to hear how kids are dealing with it, how the teachers are dealing with it. I think it's been a big, it's definitely not been easy, I don't think, for I think a lot of educators too, in particular, because you know there's this challenge where it's like, you've adapted to a certain way of living, and then you're an independent adult, but then you have to go to school, and these kids are not allowed to have their electronics.
Sure.
And as an adult, like, the hardest thing, man, and I'm sure, I'm not a parent, but behavior modeling, like, kids are gonna do what you're doing. And so that's just been I think a challenging conversation this year, but it's one we need to have.
If there's a family out there that has a kid who's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, who's not wanting to be on a tablet or a cell phone, whether it's just to pass the time or stay engaged, I'd love to know who they are.
Yeah, I know. Well, the crazy
it's
thing
tough,
is,
man.
It is very tough. But you know what the crazy thing is? Not this past September, but September of 24, when we did our summit event.
Yes, up at Killington.
Up in Killington. One of the biggest takeaways was that the kids were like, it was like a bit of a freedom for them. Like, to just get unplugged and to be around people without having that interference. They loved it. They absolutely loved it.
Tom was saying that a lot of those high school kids were thanking you guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. I think there's a craving. I really do that. And Tom has said for years now, for the last couple of years, he's like heard more answers in circle. Like, one of his favorite questions is, where would you go if you had a time machine? And he said he can't count the number in the past couple of years of kids who'd be like, I would like to go back to a time when there wasn't technology.
Wow.
To see what that was like. You know? It's like the last of the generations that even grew up with that are coming to an end. Like, isn't that crazy?
Bro, what are you saying? Are you saying I'm getting old?
We're all getting old, man. We're all getting old.
My God. I remember, my dad got the first cell phone that came out. Couldn't wait. He was so excited about it. I still have it. I should bring it in sometime. I should bring that in.
That's cool.
I should bring that in for Pat.
Oh yeah, dude, bring that in and have that conversation, because I'd love to hear what he has to say about how.
You ever seen one of those honkers that are like 30 pounds? They're huge.
Like what? Like an old flip phone or something?
No, my man. It's this big.
You're talking about like a
the first cell phone that ever came out.
Really?
It's this big.
I haven't had that one yet.
And that's just the phone. The antenna comes off of it this high.
Wow.
Yes, dude.
That's crazy.
Radio Shack, 1980. I gotta guess here. I'm gonna say 83, 84, $1,200.
$1,200.
Yeah, and there was one tower where we lived.
Wow.
And man, if you were lucky enough to get a bar, you had to pull over.
Wow.
I mean, there was no
driving.
Yeah,
you just stop and you're like, I gotta stay here for a while.
Yeah, you had to stop. And you had the luxury of actually connecting and making a phone call from somewhere other than home wirelessly. That was the luxury.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was no driving down the road, continuing on a phone call.
I really resonate with that though, because me and Tom, we're always on the phone. Like, he probably talks to me 3, 4, 5 times a day at least on the phone, and a lot of the times he's driving and it's going in and out, and like, oh, Tom, didn't hear you. You got to repeat yourself.
Yeah. Has he ever hung up on you before?
What, like his little trick thing? Or whatever? Oh yeah, a couple of times.
Does that all the time to me. Does that to Rick too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One time I was we were filming a little leadership presentation he was doing, and he like called Rick to ask him about something. I can't remember what it was, and he did it in front of the kids, and they got a ride out of it.
That's awesome. Let's talk about some of the big staples that Sweethearts and Heroes hangs their hat on, which is hope, empathy, empowerment. Which one of those three is one that is nearest and dearest to you that you love to bring to the table?
Hope, empathy, and what was the other one?
Empowerment.
Empowerment. Gosh, well, I think I think hope is kind of essential. Like, to be honest with you, it's like almost a foundational human need, to be honest. Just with the craziness that, not just our modern world, but life in general. It's like there's a lot of challenging stuff, man, a lot of suffering. Like, so I think hope is like a foundational thing. But I think the empowerment part, the action part, is the part that not only perhaps is the most important, because we can talk about all this stuff. We can maybe even have internal hope for ourselves. But if you're not acting upon anything, what good is it? So I think action and empowering the students that we talk to, the teachers that we talk to, everybody that we talk to, empowering them to take that action, I think might be the most vital piece, because that's where change, I think, happens.
Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk.
Yeah, you got to walk the walk. And it's tough, man. It's not. That's why, for every theoretical book, like, I don't know, there's like for every like 10, 20 theoretical books, there's like one on practical action, And
13 Pillows is a book that you wrote. And I want you to tell us about that, because that kind of is a incredible tool, not just for teachers, but for anybody that says, I want to take action. I want to empower myself or empower others to take the right steps into making a positive difference for others and myself. But I don't really know how to get my hands dirty. And start with first gear, and that book does it.
Yeah, well, the first pillow, Tom and I co-wrote the book. The first pillow it's a marathon, not a sprint, and that's just like, it's like the one that really stands out as that starting point, because this stuff that we do, the stuff that we talk about, life in general, it's a marathon, man. Yeah. It's like and it's counter to this modern instant gratification.
Yes.
And we want that instant gratification. We want those quick fixes, those quick solves, those quick dopamine hits. But real change, real success, really comes with time, I think. And all the principles in there can be applied to anybody, not just that. It's called 13 Pillows for Effective Teachers, but we're actually thinking of doing a new edition where we might update some stuff in there as well. We'll see when we get to that, but they're principles and axioms that anybody can look to and implement.
Last night, when my head hit the pillow, one of the things that I was thinking about was something that presented itself to me during the day yesterday. And I had to make a quick decision. And after I made that decision, I realized that it wasn't the best decision. And I had to let that, I had to allow a little bit of time to process this and let it kind of fester a little bit. And then I realized that as uncomfortable as it was going to be, I had an opportunity to reverse that decision. And to do it without anyone other than myself knowing about it. And it was a really kind of an uncomfortable situation for me, but I did it. And it was one of the last things that was running through my head before I went to bed last night, is I said to myself, I'm glad that you went back and did that. And no one on the planet knows. So what's the significance with the pillow? Because a lot of us hear, 13 pillars.
Yes.
So what's the pillow? It's what I'm talking about.
It's exactly what you're talking about. It's that pillow test at night, where you lay down and you ask yourself, I'm glad I did, or I wish I had. It sounds like you had a great I'm glad I did moment yesterday, and that sounds awesome. And it is fascinating. It's like nobody else in the world is going to know about it, perhaps, but that's something you're going to carry with you, and that's probably a whole discussion on what that's like, because a lot of times we talk about the things that we're gonna do or the things that we did, and it almost kind of like tricks our brain into thinking we've already done something, or that we're a little bit more, I don't know, but I don't know.
I think either way, if you can say to yourself, I wish I had, or I'm glad I did. I think either way, if you can honestly ask and then honestly answer, and the answering is...
That's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. Being honest with yourself
is, hell yeah, man.
Is tough.
If you can do both of those, just to yourself. You don't have to talk. You don't have to say this stuff to your wife or anyone. Yeah. But if you can ask both of those questions and answer both of them, you're instilling personal growth.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just the fact that you even do it is the act that I think you do. The more you do something, it just becomes habit.
Right.
And nobody's perfect. It's like so having those I wish I hads, is just as vital as the I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's growth, and life is all about growth, I think. And the minute you stop growing, I feel like is the minute you start dying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And if you really, wow, that well said, man. Well said. And if you really want to take it a step further, jot these things down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jotting it down probably makes it even more powerful.
Put it in your phone, and just go back and look at something from a month or two earlier.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, wow, I am glad I did that.
Yeah. You look back at that and you see the growth, the trajectory that you've been. Yeah, it's encouraging.
Yes.
Yeah.
This book, 13 Pillows, free download?
Free download, yep. There's I think it's out there. I don't know if we've made a post about it lately, but...
All right. Get on Facebook.
We'll be coming out with some holiday things like that this December. So,
wow. What an incredible gift idea that would be. 13 Pillows for effective teachers.
Yeah.
But let's not, please, limit it just to teachers, man. I mean, this book is, yes... no-brainer. All teachers, no matter what planet you're on, should read this book.
And that's who we wrote it for originally, but students started reading it and loving it, and then we're like, wow, these actually really just apply to everybody. Yeah.
What is the book about? You wrote it.
So it's about this so we had these 13 pillars, these 13 principles that we had that Tom had kind of developed over the years, and we were originally going to tell some more stories that actually occurred.
Yeah.
But we just decided, people love a narrative, love a story, and rather than all these disconnected, little stories throughout the book, we decided to create one long fictional narrative, and every page in that book Tom can point to and be like, this is where this happened, this is where that happened. They're all based off of true stories, true people. It's just we just created this different narrative about this phys ed teacher who just lost the book opens with a phys ed teacher who just lost his one of his athletes to their own hands, and he's just he's a young educator and he's just not feeling equipped to deal with this kind of stuff, and so he's gonna quit. But then out steps out of the shadows.
How much of that is true?
How much of what is true?
That story?
Oh well, the Bruce, his name is Bruce in the book. He that's the fictional part. But the person it's based off of is this kid named, I think, Evan Yarder was the young man who took his own life. And Evan was just one of those invisible kids, as time will tell you, that, like, you wouldn't know he was in the room until he was gone. And
Wow.
yeah, and it was just very sad, very tragic thing. But from those challenges, that's where this custodian steps out and helps Bruce understand that not only do we have to keep hope going, but other people are dealing with similar challenges. You never know who's dealing with what, and so you can't give up. You have to have that hope, and that's what this custodian brings to Bruce. And these 13 lessons that he helps them connect with the students and connect with other teachers in school, and just starts that change.
And it's a custodian.
Yeah, it's the custodian that steps out of the shadows here. He's an old retired educator from the inner city, wherever that is, and he's just lost his wife to cancer, and he's just kind of old, but he wants to get back into just helping people. And the custodian, it's like my grandfather used to say, when he had a lot of different odd jobs here and there, and he used to teach, and he would always go to the custodian to find out anything about the school, because the custodians, they're the ones that know
Everything.
the goings on.
Sure.
So they're the ones that, like you said, that nobody knows what they're doing. They probably barely get appreciated the way they should be appreciated. Sure. But they can be the ones that can honestly give the most hope and be there for people. So yeah, it's a really cool story, and yeah, you should definitely read it.
Yeah. No, I've got the audio version, which like everyone else, I'll catch one, I'll catch two.
Yeah.
And I need to go back to it, and it gets lost in the shuffle. But it really shouldn't. What I need to do is, and maybe I'll do it through the Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'd be
holiday,
a great one.
Is finish listening to it.
Yeah.
Narrated by Frank Gerard.
Yeah, he did a great job. We found him, and yeah, he did a fantastic job narrating, and got some great character voices and stuff. So
Yeah. What's another pillow in there of the 13 that
I think
you think might resonate the most?
I think especially this, as we're getting into these holiday season thing, like wilting flowers, I think is a big one. And I've been reading this other leadership book recently, and it's talking about this, when you have this, what they call this helpful sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like that instinctual. It's like you see somebody out there, say, and they drop their groceries. Your automatic internal human instinct is to be like, oh, I should go and help that person. But we often start to talk ourselves out of it. The minute we have that instinct, we start making excuses for, why I shouldn't go over there. Like, it's not my business.
Some of this is literally at lightning speed.
Oh, yeah, it happens like that. And I think wilting flowers is one of those ones where people know there's something going on with somebody, and they choose not to do anything about it. And I think that's perhaps one of the most dangerous things, man. Albert Einstein said this world is in a dangerous place because of the bad people. It's the dangerous place because of the people that don't do anything about it. And wilting flowers is about, if a lot of times the wilt isn't on the exterior, it's a lot of times on the interior and stuff.
Whoa.
But it's not. It's about not walking by those wilting flowers, man. You gotta check in. You see something that's off. You notice certain baseline behaviors changing, like somebody's sitting by themselves where they usually are very social. Somebody's giving away. We've been working with a lot of linemen lately, and one of like a telltale sign is like they start eating by themselves. They start giving away their tools, and it's just something's going on. And if you don't...
And they can do it with a smile on their face, too.
Oh, they can absolutely... They probably most often do it with a smile, It's like those people that hide behind that smile are sometimes the ones in the most pain. And Robin Williams, for instance, So
There you go.
walking by wilting flowers is perhaps one of the most dangerous things you can do, because the more you do that, the more you walk by those wilting flowers, it probably becomes easier to walk by those wilting flowers. And so you have to, when you have that helpful sense to help other people, you got to act on it, man. Action. It's all about that action. If you don't take it, what could happen if you don't take it? Think about that one.
You and your brother Josiah are some of the most inspirational guests I've ever had on the air, that I've ever interviewed. Your parents, tell me about your mom and dad. And you're answering for Josiah also.
Yeah. So we grew up, I think...
Because I think they did a great job.
My parents were amazing parents. Absolutely 100%. They gave us, for me, the greatest gift they gave me was the ability to to be okay with thinking for myself and not necessarily going with things just because that's like the way you do it or whatever. Like, they just taught me to really think for myself. And my mom has been in early childhood education since college. She's a professor online now for, pretty much as long as almost I've been alive, it feels like. But she's just, has an amazing heart for people. She runs a homeschool co-op community. She teaches multiple colleges online. My dad was also a teacher. He graduated with, it was something to do with biology, microbiology. That was kind of his main thing. But he's like the smartest person I know in terms of, like, he can teach himself anything. Like, the dude would used to teach classes that the school would be like, we don't have a teacher for this. Here you go. Figure out how to teach this thing. He taught himself. One of the craziest ones was he went into, he's not trained in medicine, but he went into pharmacology, teaching pharmacology. But he had to teach a class, Pharmacology 2. So over the summer, he decides to teach himself Pharmacology 1. And he knows all the science and, like, how the things work in the body, but he doesn't know all the medical terms and the names and, like, the different prescriptions or whatever. Like, he teaches himself Pharmacology 1, and then as he's teaching Pharmacology 2, he's teaching himself during the semester. Freaking nuts, man. I don't know. He's brilliant, but both of them were just...
And nobody died?
No, nobody died.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's taught a lot of different weird classes. Like, he taught one, I remember this one year, he taught, like, this, it was like some kind of, like, office ergonomics, like designing your office, like, spaces in a certain way to make it, I don't know, it was weird. But
how were they raising you and Josiah?
Yeah. So I got, there's Joe, and then I got two other younger brothers as well. And so
Wow.
we were all homeschooled. So that definitely set us on a different path, I think. And we were raised in a religious household, and I think those things, there's a lot of morals and foundational stuff there that will never leave me. Like, it's ingrained in my life no matter where I go. But they were always exceptional in terms of how they chose to parent us, and they were always involved in our lives, man. Like, and that's one of the things I appreciate the most is they were always there for the sporting events. They were always there for whatever it was, and my grandparents too. And I've always had a supportive family, and they've always accepted me for who I am, which is probably the greatest gift that they've given me.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. I love, similar with my parents. But what did they say to you when, and I think I've asked you this in the past, when you said, I don't think I'm going to keep going with paralegal studies. I think I'm going to get involved with this organization called Sweethearts and Heroes.
Yeah, dude, I've made some interesting decisions over my life, but every single one of them they've supported me, and that's just been been great. Like the paralegal thing is fascinating. My dad also took classes at the college he taught at. And yeah, he took class. He was I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do after high school. So I actually went into a general studies degree, and then decided after that I'm like, I'm gonna take a year off and go bartend at a restaurant. And then my dad was taking paralegal classes. He's like, oh, you like to read and write? There's a lot of reading and writing here. You should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
And college for me was, I learned how to learn. Like I learned how I learn, and that was probably what I most took away. Like I don't remember a single thing about my classes, like the content.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm a voracious note taker. Like that's why I'm so effective with what I do right now, is because I am a note taker, man, and that's what I picked that skill up in college.
Yeah.
So
did I.
Yeah.
Do you have any anxiety if you don't have a piece of paper and a pen close by?
Well, my phone is my go-to. I don't use too much pen and paper much anymore.
Dude,
but
I get papers surrounded by papers.
Well, my digital world is just as chaotic in that notes. I got notes
Is it really?
everywhere. Oh yeah.
What if you lose your phone?
Yeah, then I'm in trouble.
Bro,
or maybe okay, because
I drive my wife. Absolutely, you should see my kitchen table. But you know what? I know where every single piece of paper is.
Hey, yeah, that's what matters, man.
Every one of them. but so here's mom and dad supporting you no matter what it is, what path you want to go down.
Yeah.
But now you're doing a lot of the administrative stuff for Sweethearts and Heroes.
Yeah.
Tom should have you more. Tom, if you're listening right now, should have you more
with people,
with the kids.
Well, it's my decision, actually. I'm not, yeah. I love what I do, man. Like I'm not a, it's not that I couldn't probably put myself in that kind of a role, but I like to think about these kind of things all day, and I just doing research, writing things, and I'm a very I don't want to say I'm OCD, because I know there's but I'm a little bit of a specific way type freak, so I'm just really good at spreadsheets and emails, and so it's just my strengths.
Yeah, I understand, and Tom knows how to tap into that well.
He absolutely does.
How did you get involved with Sweethearts and Heroes? How did this? What was the fruition of this?
Well, Tom knew in my younger years, I was kind of like an aspirational author, and so he knew I liked to write. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to take this message and he wanted to turn it into a stage play. And I still got the original. It's terrible. I think it's my personal writing at that time was not at the level it is now. Not that the content or the story or whatever is terrible, but my level of writing, I feel has improved so much.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where it started. And then we got into the 13 Pillows. That was kind of my first big real project that came together with them. And then it just kind of snowballed, man. To be honest with you, I was in college. After I got out, I traveled in Ireland for a little bit, came back and just worked some little jobs like waiting tables, working outside, and then started doing this kind of stuff in addition to that kind of stuff. And it just snowballed, man. He's just like, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? Hey, can you do that? And before I know it, I'm basically helping him run this thing.
Right.
And now it's just 24/7 when I think about what I do. And yeah, it became, it's I feel like we are in this new era of philosophy and psychology and all this stuff. Like the ancient Greeks, trying to go out and get these people to, see these new things in a different, they're the same things in modern wording, modern whatever. So
yeah,
I love it, man.
And a whole different conduit to everything, man. Everything is connected now.
Yes, very much so. And that's one of the things I actually work a lot on is we just partnered with this group, this online platform Thrively, which is a great strength-based learning platform, and we're getting all of our content on there so we can actually start getting this out to people. Like, our stuff isn't about online. Our stuff is entirely about in-person stuff. But how do you get this stuff out? Like, we just are limited in our, manpower getting this stuff out. So the vehicle of the online platform is where we're going with it, and I write all the curriculum for it, and everything. So yeah, I just love it.
Is that? Can we see that? Can we?
Can you bring it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like right now.
Not right now, but maybe I can.
Yeah, in the future, I could certainly send you some stuff on, like, we got I think 12 standalone courses right now.
Okay.
From our foundational message for middle and high school and elementary school to some what we call our daily dose of hope with Rick, which are just some great quick lessons with Rick on empathy, awareness, action. We got our circle series. We got a set of 3 master classes that kind of all come together. We start with the how you do circle. We call it our Weaver series. Then we move into our Wonder of Circle, which reveals the science behind it. And then I'm actually finishing up our what we calling our Wardrobe of Circle, where there's these foundational pieces we call the Sword, Shield, and Armor of Circle, which is a lot to get into, but it's these things on generational awareness, on autonomy, basic psychological needs, autonomy, competence, relatedness. It's just,
wow.
I love writing this content, man, and I just think it's so valuable. And I hope it's really starts to spread in the digital realm to educators stuff, because it's all the stuff we've been teaching in person. It's just like, how do we get it to more people?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are so engaged with kids, with students, but you're this message of hope, of just being a good person, being resilient, but being a good person is really working its way beyond just the student and the kid and into the administration, into the minds of adults, which is got to be a little different trying to penetrate that, because, man, adults are stubborn, man. We're set in our ways.
Well, it's
fascinating. We know what
works. Right. And it was fascinating because I was like, when we started in the summer doing these circles with linemen, I was curious how Tom is going to take these circles that we do with students, like, which work brilliantly, every time.
Circle is the art of sitting in a circle.
Yep.
And communicating. Going around the circle, speaking.
Yes.
Or not.
It's actually, as just as much as it's about the sharing, it's probably more about the listening. It's about the listening. And that's that space where we take out the distractions. One of our primary one of our primary guidelines or needs is a private location, like where we're away from the distractions and we're sitting embodied face-to-face with each other. And we're all on an equal plane. It's a circle. Nobody's in charge of the circle. The circle moderates itself. Oh shoot! I forgot what I was going with.
That's very true. I mean, there's no necessary direction with it. I mean, everyone speaks. Well, not everyone, but most people speak. But everyone has to listen.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And that's the tough part, man.
Yeah.
But by the time we've gone around to the beginning of that circle where it started, the topic or the question that will be posed by Tom or anyone who's leading the circle, we might be onto a whole different topic.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I was wondering how he's gonna do it with these linemen. I'm like, did you do it any differently? He's like, no, I did it just the way I do it with kids, and it works, man. And he said, like, the last circle I think he had yesterday, he's like, he can't. We try to come in with a bit of a structure with our circle to kind of lead people down a unified direction, but you have to listen to the circle, man, and you have to pivot with the way people are answering, with what the circle, where it wants to go. And he came in with a plan yesterday, and it completely derailed. They spent like an hour on the first question, And that's where that master weaver we call comes in. It's like where you got to be able to pivot
Sure.
with the same, kind of maybe intention, but going with the circle.
When these students or these linemen or anyone for that matter walk into a room and see a circle of chairs,
is this therapy?
oh my God, do I have to be here?
Yep.
Do I have to do this? Oh my God, I'm going to be so vulnerable. Oh, that shit gets, like, that mindset gets destroyed almost immediately.
It does,
Once
man.
that conversation starts, you're not thinking that way.
No, because it starts before the conversation. We start with our activators, which is all about fun, man.
Yep.
That's what people love, to have fun.
Yep.
That's how we learn.
Yes.
And so we always, it's the number one thing. If you don't even get to a circle question,
Right.
play your activator. Number one brain rule is motion. That's from the great John Medina and his 12 Brain Rules. It's a great book. But motion is the number one brain rule, man, and everybody loves to have fun. And that's why when you sit down in the circle and, most people are like this when they start, we get up, we play our activator. Your motion creates your emotion.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's why our circles are different, man. And there's a lot of other reasons why, but activation is just primary.
And while you're listening, you're thinking, and you're regulating the way you're thinking.
Yes, you're connecting with people. You're
without realizing it.
Without realizing it, very, very often, and that's kind of part of the job of the weavers, to try and draw out some of those connections, those similarities that you might have recognized on a subconscious plane, but you might have not understood.
It's amazing that you've brought this to so many schools. I don't know how many.
Over 1,000 at least.
Over 1,000
at least
schools.
In New York, and we've Montreal, Hawaii, we've been in Kentucky, Colorado, Texas. They've been all over.
And this started
California.
in Vermont.
It started in Vermont. Yeah.
It's amazing. It didn't start in Vermont 30, 40 years ago. It's not that that
only
old,
about
man.
16, 17 years now Tom's been doing it.
It's exploded, man.
Yeah, it really has.
Isn't that something? What's that tell you about our society?
Well,
exactly
it. We need it. That's what I think. People need it.
I mean, we need to learn in school too. We need to learn
absolutely.
the core stuff. But we need a lot more than just learning about math right now. With this incredible world that we live in, which is so dysfunctional in so many different ways, what we've got going on outside of the classroom, at home, in real life, we need this stuff now more than ever.
Yeah, man, the human skills have we've just lost them due to whatever reasons, and it's not that like
God,
those.
You could sit and point fingers all day. Technology, politics, the list goes on.
Yeah, the list goes on, and again, that curriculum stuff is important, but dude, I got my phone in my pocket right now.
Yeah.
I just, anytime I need to do math, I do a lot of math stuff for like our finances or whatever. Like, I just pull out the calculator, man. Like, I just ask ChatGPT, hey, how do I do this? Hey, how do I do that? I figure out how to code this or code that just using ChatGPT. So the content, I just, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's secondary to these human skills that we have just lost the ability to do.
Yeah.
Everybody, not just kids, adults have too.
Sure.
I have. Everybody has.
Sure.
And so I think you're dead right. Like that's what I think we need to start figuring out. How do we transition from this age where you had to remember things because you didn't have instant access to any information that you wanted, and how do we transition now to pairing that with developing empathy, developing awareness, teaching kids how to operate in this world, man.
Yeah.
Like it's getting wilder by the day, and we got to start catching up on how we teach kids to do things in life.
It's powerful stuff. And what you're as I'm sitting here listening to you, I'm listening to you, but I also have some thoughts in my mind
Yeah.
about relating what you're saying to things going on in my life, situations,
Yeah.
stories,
Yeah.
people, relationships. It's very powerful stuff.
Yeah, dude.
It's incredible. We'd be remiss if we didn't throw some love at some of the dealerships, the car dealerships, the Chevy dealerships specifically, that have stepped up, not just one or two, but several, and have said, yo, we want to be part of this movement that Sweethearts and Heroes is on. We want to be part of their brand. We want to help make what they do possible in more schools so this can spread further. And there are so many Chevy dealerships. Cody Chevrolet, Wells River Chevrolet are just two. Alderman Chevrolet down in Rutland.
Yeah. Handy Chevrolet, Champlain Chevrolet, Gosh Chevrolet. Yeah, man. I think there's about 14 of them total.
Yeah.
And you know what? They just care about their communities, man. And that's what we have to get back to. It's like we're in this globalization thing where it's like we're worried about what's going on in China. We're worried about what's going on in the Middle East. But where the change is going to happen, man, is in your local communities.
Yeah.
Like, if everybody just took care of each other in their
Sure.
local communities, things would change. And that's what these dealers have brought. We were just in Danville with Littleton Chevy last Monday. Weekend before, the Thursday before, we were in South Burlington area.
Yeah.
Just had some great days there, they said. And some, Rick's been doing some meet and greets afterwards at the dealerships with handing out Bridge Name Damus, and they've just been going spectacular. But yeah, these dealers they really care about their communities, and they're showing up for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Kia over in Burlington, I think is where you guys were on Friday.
Yeah, we're in I think it was Chamberlain School.
A couple of Fridays ago.
Yeah, a couple of Fridays ago.
And then I think it was Veterans Day that Rick was at Alderman Chevrolet.
Yes, I think it was Alderman's on Veterans
Rutland.
Day. Yeah, yep.
And Danville. Speaking of the Danville, and I asked Tom. I still haven't had an invite to attend one of the programs at one of the schools. Still.
Well, I'll get you there.
I mean, I spoke to. Listen, can the guy that gets me T-shirts get me a pass into one of these schools so
Absolutely,
I can
man.
go and see one of these programs?
Absolutely, I'll get you the schedule as soon
Sweethearts
as I
and
get
Hero?
back today.
Would you?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Do I need what do I need? Clearance?
No,
Do
you
I-
just gotta show up. I'm pretty sure you'll be
All right.
good. You'll be
Jeez,
good.
I'm gonna keep asking Tom. I'm like, Tom, when do I get to come?
Yeah,
over to
yeah.
the schools?
I'll send you the dates
He's
that
like-
we're kind of around here.
All right.
Yeah. I'll get you
I
some.
think Tom's nervous.
Maybe. JD's gonna steal the show.
Well, I don't think he wants me to come into these schools and make a scene and talk about the muscle implants. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why he's like
That's it. That's exactly what
the
it is.
muscle implants.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope to be at one of them soon. You guys are absolutely killing it. You're crushing it. You're doing amazing work in schools, amazing work in communities with adults, with children, everyone. And you're not missing a beat, man. Every single one of you. Even the behind the scenes guys like Leon. When the hell's he going to come on the air?
Man, oh man, he's busy. I don't know. You gotta.
Come on, man.
That dude cranks out so many emails in
I
my
know he
inbox.
does.
Oh man.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
He's always working.
You guys are really doing unbelievable work. It's so powerful. It's so uplifting. It's so positive every Wednesday. I told Tom the other night, Wednesdays are one of my favorite days of the week because of what you guys bring. The message that you guys bring to my airwaves for my followers, my listeners. We need more of it, man.
Well, we just appreciate you, JD, and that we're allowed to be here every Wednesday. I tune in every Wednesday, man, and just hear the conversations, and they're always great. And
It's amazing
yeah,
stuff.
we love being here.
I always feel positive. I always feel inspired to be better, do more, think differently,
Yeah.
carry on through the rest of my day with a different mindset.
Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah, man, exactly. Listen, sweetheartsandheroes.com.
Yes.
Please get on there, folks, listening this morning, and support this organization. Learn more, see what they're doing, share their website, get on their social media, have a look. I mean, the Instagram, everything. You guys are just, you're turning into a bunch of monsters. You guys are huge now.
Yeah, it's getting wild, man. It's
It
getting
is.
wild. Our schedule is pretty much packed through the rest of the school year. It's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And if your school is not yet involved, sweetheartsandheroes.com.
Yep.
That's where you should go. Start right there.
Yep.
Reach out.
info@sweetheartsandheroes.com. Send us an email. We'll get back to you.
Yep.
Yep.
Get on the list of schools that are waiting.
Yeah. We're starting to look towards next year at this point. Yeah, so
Unbelievable.
definitely get on the train.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, JD.
I appreciate you so much. Listen, if this episode of Aired Out has got you, share it. Drop a comment. Give a like right now. Give a thumbs up. But mostly share it. Follow. Make sure that others are hearing and seeing exactly what Sweethearts and Heroes is doing. I'll be up at Stuff a Truck in a little bit here, and I am so much looking forward to showing you the setup day for the big event, year number 24, which is kicking off tomorrow. Price Chopper in Berlin. It's going to be huge, and the need has never been greater. We'll talk about the power of one a lot over the next couple of days as we team up and partner up with Stuff a Truck. The Pack the Pantry event, again, at Price Chopper in Berlin. Have a marvelous rest of your day. The sun is shining. The air is crisp and cool. And you know what? It smells great. Get outside today if you can. We'll catch you soon here in the Aired Out Podcast.